Hello and welcome to another episode of the Identity Navigator. My name is Rohit. I'm very humbled with the excellent reception that the last episode received, where we spoke about identity as a service. More than the content, no music was very appreciated by you all. So I will try to not have music from now on. Before we dive into today's episode, just a quick update on what I have been up to. So, last couple of weeks have been crazy with my partner visiting her family for a couple of weeks. Uh, I'm also happy to announce that three people from my first cohort have been able to land a job. So, any of you find yourself in an unfortunate situation regarding job, keep trying and also reach out to folks. For people who are fortunate to have jobs right now, please help others in whatever capacity you can. We all have something to give, our time, uh, coaching, references, expertise. Find out how you can help. Don't expect people to come to you. Reach out proactively to the people who you can help and offer to help them. I can promise that you would be richer by this experience. But enough preaching from my end. Let's deep dive into today's topic. Today, let's talk about team operations. How to prioritize effectiveness over efficiency. What does it mean? How to achieve it? And why should we strive towards it? We will also look into how being effective directly translates into being strategic. But if you're already aware of this concept of effectiveness over efficiency, that's the episode. I'm going to tell you why, for an IM team, you need to look into effectiveness, if not more than as much as efficiency. If you know this concept, feel free to skip. But we have to internalize it. More than knowing about it, let's internalize it. And this is what we are going to talk about. What does it truly mean for identity and access management team? So the true value of IM team is conveyed only when it meets the requirement of other teams. Thus, as IM professionals, we need to understand the pivotal role of effectiveness over mere efficiency. In the world where we often hear the terms like identity is the new parameter, need for a chief identity officer, and similar expressions, we need to understand if this is just a marketing gimmick or is there any truth to it. To decipher this, we have to look outside just the IM team. We can all agree that cloud computing is here to stay. In traditional models, the first layer of security was performed by network based defenses. But with cloud computing, rise in remote work, gig economy, globalization, applications access acts as a parameter now. So, application access acts as a parameter to protect application and workloads. And this is why it is said that identity is so important. So, it would not be an overstatement to say that at the heart of any organization's security posture is its IM team. Their mission to ensure the right individuals have access to the right resources at the right time and for the right reasons. But here is the catch: effectiveness in this mission is paramount. It is not just about being efficient, it's about being effective. Why? Because the true value of IM team is realized only when it meets the requirements of other team within the organization. Now let's break down the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency is about doing things in an optimal way, often at the expense of thoroughness. Effectiveness, on the other hand, is about achieving objectives and meeting requirements. In the realm of IAM, this distinction is crucial. An efficient IAM team might process access requests quickly, but if those access requests or access rights don't meet the precise needs of the requesting teams, then what's the point? That wraps up the entire concept for this episode: efficiency versus effectiveness. Now, why should you continue listening? Well, if you have already grasped the concept, there is no need to stick around. You can also now effortlessly integrate these insights into your casual conversation, earning credibility along the way, which is perfectly fine by me. However, if you are interested in applying this perspective to evaluate your team work, then let's dive deeper into understanding and internalize these concepts together. So, how do we measure the effectiveness of an IMT? It's all about the outcomes. Are the access rights granted aligning with the security policies and the needs of the business units? Are we able to adapt to the evolving requirements of different teams effectively? These are the questions that matter. We need to look beyond the metrics of efficiency, deep dive into the effectiveness of your actions and strategies. Remember, the true value of your team is realized only when you meet the intricate requirements of other teams within your organization. For example, let's look into privileged access management. PAM is critical because it controls access to the most sensitive parts of your IT infrastructure. An effective PAM strategy isn't just about quick deployment, it's about ensuring that privileged accounts are only accessible to right people under the right condition, and that their activities are monitored and recorded for compliance and security purposes. Moving on to directory services, which acts as a backbone of an organization's IT environment. An effective directory services or service isn't just a repository of user data. It's a dynamic tool that ensures seamless and secure access to resources while enabling efficient user management and compliance auditing. The true value of a directory service is realized when it reduces the hidden cost associated with manual management and enhances security. Next up, single sign on. Single sign on or SSO simplifies the user experience by reducing password fatigue and the time spent on login processes. However, the effectiveness of SSO is measured by its ability to provide secure and seamless access across various applications and service, enhancing both productivity and security. In the similar vein, let's talk about multi-factor authentication or MFA. MFA is more than just an additional step. It's a critical layer of security. An effective MFA implementation significantly reduces the likelihood of unauthorized access, even if passwords are compromised. So it's about finding the right balance between user convenience and robust security. Lastly, we will discuss identity providers and identity lifecycle management. An effective IAM team ensures that identities are properly managed throughout their life cycle. from creation to deletion. This includes provisioning access rights, managing changes in users' roles, and ensuring that access rights are revoked when no longer needed. The effectiveness of these processes is crucial for maintaining security and operational integrity. Remember that an IAM's team value is not just in the speed of their work, but in the precision and security of their access management. It's all about making sure that the right people have the right access at the right time. And that's complex but vital goal to achieve. Efficiency and effectiveness in work and team performances are distinct but interrelated concepts. Efficiency refers to the ability to accomplish a task or produce an output with the least amount of wasted resources, time, or effort. It is about optimizing processes and using resources wisely to achieve the desired results with minimal waste. Effective software tools are those that enable developers to perform their task without unnecessary complications, thereby enhancing their productivity. Productivity, on the other hand, measures the output or results generated from a specific amount of input, such as time, resources, or effort. It focuses on the quantity of outcome produced and it concerns with accomplish more within a given time frame. For software teams, productivity can be influenced by factors such as context switching, knowledge gaps, ineffective tools, and disruptions like unnecessary meetings. Now, in an ideal world, we will improve both efficiency and productivity or effectiveness. And we should strive to do the same. But we have to be conscious about this choice of ours. We have to work on both efficiency and effectiveness or productivity. So to improve both efficiency and productivity, teams can what can they do? Let's look into four of the things. They can reduce context switching by keeping developers focused on one project or task at a time. It's not always possible for senior level developers or resources to focus on one project, but they can focus on one task at a time. For entry level engineers or staff or senior level engineers, they can potentially focus on one project at a time. So you have to find that balance of how do you reduce the context switching. We also need to close the knowledge gaps by providing training and opportunities for skill growth. It's an investment. You absolutely have to put that in. It's not a perk, it's an investment. Use effective software tools that automates repetitive tasks and streamline workflows. And last but not the least is create a distraction-free environment and minimize non-value add tasks to allow developers to focus on their core work. And if you are in a leadership position, you sometimes have to be the bad guy or bad girl while pushing back on external stakeholders saying, hey, don't disturb my developers, reach out to me, or the timelines that you are setting up is not achievable because of the other tasks in our plate. Ask them hard questions like what is driving your requirements, and you certainly would be facing a bit of backlash, but that's part of your job. Don't let developers trying to juggle these things and also respond to external stakeholders because you are a hands off leader. That's not how it is supposed to work. Effectiveness, while related to efficiency and productivity, is more about the quality of the output and its alignment with the desired outcome or goals. An effective team not only produces a high quality of work, but also ensures that the work is of high quality and contributes to the overall objective. So, while productivity is about the volume of output, efficiency is about the quality of the process used to achieve that output. Both are crucial for a software team's success, but they must be balanced with effectiveness to ensure that the work being done is not only plentiful and resource conscious, but also valuable and goal oriented. Let me walk you through two lists, and I will give you a fail safe program to implement this in your organization. Wow, this is a tall claim. I almost feel like a sales engineer, and I surely am not feeling humble today. But one thing to remember is that if you do not believe in yourself, why do you expect others to believe in you? So, let's see if I can give you a fail safe program to implement this in your organization. In the context of IIT project prioritization, prioritizing effectiveness over efficiency means selecting and executing projects that aligns closely with strategic business goals and deliver the most value, even if they are not the most resource efficient options. Here are some examples of practices that prioritize effectiveness. I'll give you 10 points in this list, and I want you all to really internalize these 10 points. Number one is strategic alignment, choosing projects that align with the long term strategic goals of the organization, even if they require more resources or take longer to complete. Quality focus, emphasizing the delivery of high quality outcomes that meet or exceeds customer expectations rather than just completing tasks quickly. User centric design, prioritizing projects that focus on user experience and user feedback, ensuring that the end product effectively meets user needs. Technical excellence, investing in projects that aim to improve the technical infrastructure or reduce technical debt, thereby enhancing the overall effectiveness of future projects. Innovation projects, allocating resources to innovate projects that may have a higher risk but offer the potential for significant competitive advantage or market differentiation. Comprehensive testing, implementing thorough testing procedures to ensure that the software is effective in its functionality and free from defects rather than rushing to release. Stakeholders' trust is hard to get if you lose it once. Stakeholder engagement, engaging with stakeholders to understand their needs and priorities, ensuring that the projects selected are effective in delivering value to them. So it's not just about inviting them to the team demos, it's more than that. Do you have a feedback management system in place? Are your demos designed towards the stakeholders versus the larger team? Are you encouraging stakeholders to interact during the demo? Do you understand if your stakeholders are not comfortable raising their voice in a group of people who are identity and access management experts? And do you need to provide them with a safe channel of voicing their concerns? Learning and development. Prioritizing projects that provide learning opportunities from the team contribute to skill development and long term effectiveness. Risk management, selecting projects that address significant risks to the business, even if they are not the most efficient use of resources in the short term. Sustainable practices. Choosing projects that contribute to sustainability goal, which may require more upfront investment but are more effective for long-term success. By focusing on these practices, organizations can ensure that their IT project prioritization is geared towards effectiveness, delivering the most significant benefits and value in alignment with their strategic objective. So, with this list, you saw that in an ideal world, we will prioritize both efficiency and effectiveness. But given the limited number of resources and time that we have as an identity and access management team, we sometimes need to prioritize one over another. And this list should act like your guiding light of how and when to prioritize effectiveness over efficiency. Now, for the development work that your team does, how can you measure their effectiveness through various metrics and practices? So let's talk about some of these key metrics for measuring the success of your software development team. Bugs per month directly ties into comprehensive testing. Tracking the number of bugs discovered per month can indicate the effectiveness of the team in producing high quality error free code. High priority bugs ratio. This matrix measures the ratio of high priority bugs to the total number of bugs, providing insights into the severity of issues found in the software. Velocity. This measures the amount of work a team completes during a specific time period, reflecting the team's effectiveness in delivering feature or tasks. Lead time, the time it takes to move a new feature from idea to production, which can indicate how efficiently and effectively the team is delivering value. And sometimes this lead time is also an indicator of problems with the business processes, right? We've spoken about it a few times that IM teams should not be in the business of implementing technical solutions for bad business practices, which unfortunately all of us do. Now, the lead time is a good indicator of implementing controls and solutions for these bad business practices. Show them to your boss. Look at how much time it took you to do a current state analysis and how bad the current state is, and that is where it takes you so much time to uncover everything because it is not documented, it is not comprehensive, and it is not optimal. And that is how you create a business case. So lead time is a good indicator actually of not just effectiveness of your team but also highlighting the gaps in the business processes. Code quality. Metrics related to code quality, such as defect density, code churn, and code averages, can produce insights into the effectiveness of the team in producing maintainable and reliable software. Customer satisfaction. Feedback from end users or customers can be a valuable measure of the effectiveness of softwares developed by the team. Throughput. Throughput measures the rate at which the team delivers value, such as completed user stories or features, providing insights into their overall effectiveness. In the word of agile, we often speak about output over outcome. And this concept is not really different from effectiveness over efficiency. So ask your Scrum Master of how do we maximize our effectiveness. New feature per engineer. This matrix reflects the productivity and effectiveness of individual engineers and the team as a whole in delivering new functionality. On time delivery. Tracking the percentage of projects or features delivered on time can indicate how effectively the team manages its commitment and deadlines. Quality and defects. So, tracking metrics related to defects and quality issues, such as defect density and time spent on bugs resolution, can provide insights into the effectiveness of the team in producing high quality software. So, by tracking these metrics, your development team can gain insights into their effectiveness in delivering high quality, valuable software within a reasonable time frame. The mistakes that I have seen most teams do is look at these two lists in silos. The first list is mostly looked at by executives or senior leaders, and second list by middle managers. What we need to have is that one person who can speak both these languages and consider these two lists in context. Now, given that this is an audio podcast, let's revisit the two lists to drive the point home. Strategic alignment, quality focus, user centric design, technical excellence, innovation projects, comprehensive testing, stakeholder engagement, learning and development, risk management, sustainable practices, bugs per month, high priority bugs ratio, velocity, lead time, code quality, customer satisfaction, throughput, new features per engineer, on time delivery, and quality and defects. So it's like have a strategic lens, think long term, invest in the projects with the maximum blast radius, and deliver really high quality products. And this is how you prioritize effectiveness over efficiency. Hopefully, this episode gave you something to think about. Uh, Also, Carlos reached out to me and he wanted to for me to talk about ITDR. So, Carlos, I will try to include it very, very soon. And thank you for reaching out. For all of you, thank you for listening. You can always reach out to me via LinkedIn or you can email me at theidentitynavigator@gmail.com. Until next time, this is Rohit, your identity navigator.